I was always pretty insecure. Control was something that I longed for, and the only way I could feel control was if I was exactly like everyone else. Until I fell down the hole of sickness. Down there where all I needed for validation was an empty stomach, where throwing up every night meant I was doing something right. I missed the sort of euphoria that not eating gave me, the belief that each day I went without eating, I was one day closer to happiness. I'm still trying to teach myself that I was never going to be happy that way. I'm still trying to teach myself that I can't find happiness in my own pain, but when it comes down to it, I cannot forget how secure I felt when I was hungry. I still have to remind myself that a granola bar doesn't count as a meal. I still have to remind myself that you shouldn't be able to see my ribs. Being starving was like being high. I felt as if I was a bird floating, my bones dainty and hollow. For once I had the control I longed for, but there's nothing beautiful about being hollow. I'm not trying to romanticize something so heavy, but my brain made starving feel glamorous. I had become so obsessed with what I said and what I looked like that I didn't care about anything else. I didn't just hate my body, I hated myself. In reality, I held no control, I had no power. I had become a slave, addicted to starving myself like cocaine, distorting me into a world where I let mental illness run my life, into a world where real control became unreachable. In reality, I was helpless and starving, and that's the cold truth of eating disorders. No matter what euphoric world you place yourself into, the real world will manage to slip through. In my head, I was in control and I was powerful, but to everyone else, I'd become the shell of a girl who couldn't see what she was doing to herself. And although those thoughts still persist, I found new ways to control them, because recovery is better than the hole that I had fallen into. Yet I wish I could forget the habits that my eating disorder taught me. I wish I could forget how amazing that made-up world felt and bask in the health of my new one. I wish I could look at a meal as more than bread, calories, and push-ups, because sometimes when I look at a woman, all I see is her weight floating above her head like a nutrition label. And sometimes I don't go back for seconds, because all I taste is a number.